Yes. So I was saying, like you mentioned, that we should have open attitude, not just towards this particular topic, but towards everything in life. And we should not be judgmental about anything. And we should be like, open to receive all that the universe is trying to give us. So with this, I also would like to know from you, Dr. Ashish, that, there comes a time when our mind actually takes over our body, as in, when when the mental issues are going in us, mental health problems are going in us, when we think a lot, we overthink a lot, and these kind of issues are happening within us. So at that particular time, there is no control of us on our mind. The mind actually takes over us and becomes a master. So even when we tell our mind to to shut up or to switch off, so it doesn't happen. So at that particular time, what should we do, and how should we be the master of our mind and not make the mind our master of ourselves?
I think the best thing to do at that time is probably do what a Bollywood hero does it. He goes for the running and exercising.
Okay.
That works out good. Let me
Yeah.
tell you one thing very factual. There are a lot of physical and the body thing which is involved in all these tension kind of thing. When you are thinking about something in particular, okay, the only answer is divert your mind. And how do you do that is by diverting your blood flow. If you are sitting right now, had some bad experience in a day, some fight with your boss, and thinking again and again, the blood flow to the brain is high. What do you do immediately? Go for the jogging, go for the workout, go for the running, go for the exercise. Okay. Once you do
Physical
that,
activity.
the blood flow will move to the extremities. Your brain will not get the enough blood, and the blood will be more in the extremities, and then there are release of endorphins, and you will just forget. You will realize it. Just sleep off. Sleeping off is one of the best stress busters. Engaging in Jadoo Ki Jhappi works a lot. We all remember that movie, Munna Bhai MBBS.
Yeah.
If you need to have somebody's shoulder, I think you need to go for it. And a lot of people think that crying is a bad habit, and mard ko dard nahi hota, mard rote nahi hai, and that kind of attitude, which I believe is very, very wrong. And in crying, one of the best way to make sure that your stress comes out. There's no harm. You will just cry, and you'll the whole thing is coming out, and then sleep off, and then you get up in the morning, and you have a new whole world to. So these are the ways. What I would want to leave with all my viewers here is, number one is spirituality. You follow in Gita, you follow in Bible, you follow Quran. The funda is very clear cut. Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan means you and me are doing karma, and the result has to be left to God. Number one. Okay. The same thing is even written in Bible also. Everything happens for the good for the ones who trust the Lord. So if what you are perceiving is bad is actually not bad, it's actually good. Says are very simple. Imagine a pencil. When there is a new pencil, just try to see if you have your body is like a pencil, and to sharpen it, somebody has to put it into the razor, and there are a lot of parts of your body crushed out, and a pointed nib comes out. Then it becomes something nice to be worth used for. See, a pencil you can use it if you're not sharpening. So everybody's life goes through sharpening and the pain, which is meant to be good for you. We all have those moments. There's no point telling ki this person doesn't have it, that person doesn't have it. Everybody has, painful moments, and life is only successful if you have a right kind of attitude. See, what is pains? I'll be very happy, my friends who are watching this. This thing is probably take a pen and pencil and write it also. There are a lot of small acronyms which will help you out. Pains is painful, positive attitude in the negative situation. That is pains. Everybody goes through those pains, and pain. दाग अच्छे हैं, जो दर्द है वो अच्छा होता है. And let me give you a scientific answer. What happens to a diabetic patient? the foot or the feet, they lose the painful sensation. They cannot feel what is pain. फिर उनको जब जख्म होता है, then they turn out to become an ulcer, उनका पैर काटने पड़ जाते हैं. तो जिंदगी में जो दर्द हैं वो बहुत अच्छे होते हैं. जो किसी के बंदे की शायरी भी निकलती, वी ऑल नो इट, अच्छा यार ये बहुत टफ टाइम से गया हुआ है, फिर असली तरह के आपके अल्फाज, यू नो, योर लाइफ बिकम मच एंड मच बेटर. एवरीबडी गोज थ्रू इट. I must say, remember, we all need to understand, no pain, no gain. Alva Edison, one of the most popular scientists, his whole factory got burnt out in front of him. And somebody asked him, okay, you have had so much of loss. And then he says, no, not at all. I have learned that God has given me a new opportunity to establish a new factory all over again. So having the right kind of attitude is very, very important. Making sure that you know how to cry, how to laugh, unknowingly, unreasonably. Akele mein hasna, akele mein rona, there is nothing wrong at all. It's normal. There are a lot of people say you are very emotional. Like you see a Bollywood movie or Tollywood movie and you start crying. No, you are not at all a weak. You are a normal human being. You're a human being. Only a dog or an animal cannot usually, ideally, do not have emotions. They do not cry that particular way. You have more emotions. So giving into emotion is not at all wrong. And the only is emotions are different. Acting under the influence of those emotions and taking extreme steps is wrong. So if you're stressed out, see what is nowadays reaching out to vent buddies. Online, you have vent buddies available. You can just talk to them and they will listen, and then probably you'll be fine. So one of the best ways to take out anything is talk to somebody. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and definitely, being vulnerable is not something that you should be ashamed of. I think being vulnerable is something that you should be proud of. And vulnerability is something that is actually given to everyone. So rather than, crying in a corner or hiding in a pillow and then crying, you just cry yourself out. And like you said, even I do believe that, like, if we go to a doctor gives us medicines, those tablets, capsules. But when we ask to the universe have given the universal medicine, which is crying and sleep. After you do it, you just feel, charged and positive afterwards.
True. Yeah. And what? I'll tell you one thing. Your life partners, your friends mean a lot. They know how to tickle you and how to crack a joke which should make you laugh incessantly for 5 to 10 minutes. So having the right company around you is a very, very important thing. That's why I say God gives you relations, but friends you choose. So choose carefully. The God has again good kind of people around you and a bad kind of people around you. Very careful about who you're choosing. So that's how it goes.